Hey friendos, it's DW. Ludum Dare 47 is coming up along with, I think, the GitHub GameOff has not been formally announced, but it's coming up, and I'm going to participate in those game jams again. And there's a couple of things I'm going to do, in fact 3 things, not a couple, but 3 things I'm going to do in order to prep myself for those game jams. And I wanted to go over that list with you today. Now, to that point, if I miss something, or if there's something specific you do that you think is special or unique that I didn't talk about, drop in the comments below. Or if there's something I can improve upon for my game jam experience, let me know. And again, drop it in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And with that, let's get to this thing, I guess. Wipe. So step number 1 is going to be play my old games and give myself a bit of a self-evaluation on how I did in those games. Kind of decide what I liked, what I disliked, and what I would like to improve upon in each of those projects. Really think about that, because I want to give myself a non-biased version, something that is just me focused on that, because it's really important to me that I enjoy my time and actually improve my skills and how I think they should be improved in doing areas that I think should be done better. So again, step 1, playing my old portfolios and giving myself a self-evaluation. Step 2 is going over the player feedback I received from my Game Jam games. Now, why didn't I do this as part of step 1? For that exact reason. This is a second set of feedback. I wanted to know what I thought about them myself with a non-biased approach, along with what the players thought, because then I can actually see if they align, and I can figure out if the things that the players liked and disliked and thought I could improve upon align with what I thought that I liked, disliked, and needed to improve upon. If they align, that's fine. If they don't, that's also fine. It's really a matter of what my personal preferences are about how I want to invest my time versus what the players thought about my original submissions. So you can take all of it with a grain of salt, because you are your own boss in this scenario for game jams, because you are going to decide what you're going to work on. But it is another set of data to prioritize your efforts. Maybe you want more people to play your games, or maybe you've missed the mark and you want less of those kinds of people playing your games, and you can kind of adjust your ideas accordingly. Step 3 for prep is defining what goals you have for the upcoming game jams based on the player feedback and your self-evaluated feedback. Now, you can choose to disregard whatever feedback you want. Your goals are your own. It's almost like an independent step. Technically speaking, you didn't even need to listen to the feedback. But that being said, it's kind of silly to ignore any feedback you've received. It will have an influence on your goals. Maybe you thought the feedback you received focused on the wrong areas. You did not like it, and maybe that's why your self-evaluated feedback doesn't align with your player feedback. That's okay. Maybe that's the goal you have. Maybe your goal is you think that all of the feedback was caused by the fact that you weren't as part of a team, you weren't able to specialize in your thing. Again, all valid commentary and valid ways to put yourself forward in the upcoming game jam. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. So just to recap, step number 1, I'm going to play my own games and do sort of a self-evaluation to figure out what I liked, what I disliked, and what I would have liked to have improved on in those games had I continued with those projects. Number 2 is actually review the player feedback I got from the game jams. It's a very valuable resource, and I want to kind of see what the players actually thought, because I want people to play my games and enjoy them if they are enjoyable. And step 3 is from the player feedback and the self-evaluated feedback, define some goals. And whether they align or not is irrelevant. It's more coming into the goal set going, this is the stuff I want to improve upon, or maybe I want to restart everything. So kind of going into a game jam with a clear vision about what sort of genre I want to play with, or skills I want to develop, or experience I want to have. Maybe I want to have a team experience rather than a solo one. That is, having a clear vision for that is really important. And so that's that. I'm going to call it here, and I hope you had a pleasant time watching, and I hope you have a pleasant day and or evening. Take care of yourself. There's a cat taking a bath beside me. No, really, look. Oh yeah, now she left. She left. Yeah, you ruined the shot, didn't you? Cats.